Good morning, everybody. It is September 10th, 2018, 7:51 a.m. Quick update on Florence. We are now at Category 2 status, 105 miles per hour, so Florence continues to grow. We have Hurricane Isaac down towards the southwest, closer to Helena. This one is the storm that is going to continue west through the Leeward Islands, now at 75 miles per hour, Category 1. And then we have Helena, which is pushing up to 85 miles per hour overnight, gaining about 10 miles an hour. This storm will get pretty strong as well, but will more than likely hook up into the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Now, really quick, I want to show you this Gulf storm as well. 40% chance now formation in 5 days. So we could, again, as I said last night, be dealing with a storm in the Gulf at the same time that Florence is making landfall. Now showing around the North Carolina area. South Carolina is still very much involved, and Virginia as well. We're going to look at that really quick. Here's a slow infrared view of Florence now regaining its eye wall, which is now when you're going to begin to see this thing strengthen as it approaches the U.S. coast, still possibly gaining strength up to Category 4, even the potential for a Category 5 landfall, and that is no joke. We have our tropical storm warning still out in the Atlantic. As every hour passes, you will see this begin to shift inland. You can match it down here to the hurricane warning and tropical storm warning area. This is our county by county chart. You're going to begin to see this entire area covered in this color, and then eventually it's going to be this red color for hurricane warnings. And then we need to talk about flooding. Most, if not all, the spaghetti plots have this thing now heading right towards North Carolina and more the Virginia area. Chesapeake Bay will certainly be affected by this storm. This does not exclude South Carolina or Georgia by any means right now. We need to wait another 24 to 36 hours to really see where this thing is going to make landfall. But the fact that it's continuing to gain strength is leading me to believe that these charts are correct, and we could be dealing with a Category 3 or 4 at landfall, and still the potential for a Category 5. That is not out of the realm of possibility yet. Here is another radar view. As you could see, Florence gaining its eye wall back. It goes from, basically, this is when it was in Category 1 status, and then overnight last night, about within the last 2 to 3 hours, that eye wall really popped back up. That donut shape is back. We're probably going to have the area from the eye wall extending out of the most severe damaged, or the biggest area to watch. The donut will probably be about 75 miles from the eye sticking out in any direction. If counterclockwise motion means it's going to be pushing water in this direction, so wherever this thing decides to hit on land, spinning this way, the worst of it is going to be at the top of the hurricane. That's where the water is going to be pulled in, and where the highest winds are going to be, with the backside of it pulling out and then regaining strength as it's over water and land at the same time. I will be back this afternoon with a more in-depth update. You could see this is a little bit of a farther out view. Florence is just now crossing, or about to cross over the top of the Leeward Islands, and then we have Puerto Rico here and the Dominican Republic and Haiti here. You could see the satellite camera shifting over as the storm moves, as it's following it. So we're getting an idea of how close this thing is actually getting to the U.S. coast now. Again, these are the Leeward Islands down here, so throughout the day today, you will see this thing probably cross around in this area, and you can watch by this line here that it is slightly moving up to the north. So you're going to start to see that bend up towards the U.S. coast. As of right now, the Weather Channel, weather.com, actually has this to say about Florence. Florence is rapidly intensifying after regaining hurricane strength Sunday. A strike on the U.S. coast is now likely Thursday. This could be Thursday into Friday, could be a little sooner, just depends on the next 24 to 30 hours. Tropical storm force winds may arrive as soon as Wednesday night for the Carolinas, more than likely. Those in the path of Florence should have their hurricane plans ready to go. Massive inland rainfall, flooding is also expected from Florence, lingering into next week. So they are still talking about this storm sitting for a while. That is going to be the worst case scenario as far as flooding goes. Now, every single model right now has this thing going into basically North Carolina at this point. Obviously affecting Virginia. It's a very big storm, very broad storm. South Carolina will not be out of this by any means. We still have time for this thing to shift in direction. It could stay a little south. It may go a little bit north. That is why we're here to do the daily updates. European model still not really budging from its original plans here, putting South Carolina involved in this as well, basically hitting the border of South and North Carolina. This would be just Thursday night, probably, it looks like, according to this, 13th into the 14th. By Friday, it's already inland, so probably Thursday night. And then we finally have the Canadian model, which is agreeing with the GFS that we are looking at more of a North Carolina, but then a stall, which is going to be very bad because the longer this thing sits here, the more water it's going to pull into the coast. All right, guys, sorry I had to make this one quick. Got to get to work, but I will be back this afternoon for an in-depth breakdown of this storm and our current directions and what to expect from it. Hope everyone has a great morning. Stay dry. The Northeast is soaked right now, completely soaked, downpouring rain, and it's going to be that way for a while. So with that said, guys, I will talk to you all very soon. Have a great morning. Talk to you all this afternoon. Bye-bye.